The topic tonight is um, the hobby of reading. I started reading when I was in the first grade. Um, Actually, kindergarten. I learned how to read, and from kindergarten onward, I just have a love of reading. Um, Reading is very fun. It's very unique. You could go anywhere in the world reading, and you can also, um, when you read a book like I did, I found that I when I read, I was traveling, doing time travel, and I was wondering what it was like, to as I was reading what it was like, life was like for the characters in the book or the story. So as I grew older, I went to the library and got a library card. Um, and it was my first library card. I think it was when I was in grade school. But from then there on, I read different topics from history to science fiction, um, things of that nature. And also, there's just so many genres of books that you can read. I enjoy the geography books. Um, like for instance, I would read about different parts of the world, different parts of Minnesota, the United States, different capitals of the United States, um, and different types of lifestyles people live in other countries around the world. And I found that when I find something I am interested in about a particular subject, I will look that up. Say, for instance, the history of cooking. I would look, for um, different types of cooking, like if it were baking, grilling, and what have you. And then I would kind of look at if I found something that I would enjoy. For instance, like pancakes. How do you make pancakes? So I would back then when I was younger, I would borrow a book from the library or look at my mother's recipe book about how to make pancakes. And then that was like it was like a spark, and it kind of helped open up different doors for me about cooking and different types of chefs that I've learned about. Julia Child, um, Gordon Ramsay, and others as well. And so it really it's a nonstop learning experience, and I will always be grateful, for being introduced to reading. Um, I would remember I would have, like different books. I had my first library, and it was different childhood books. The Hungry Caterpillar, excuse me, Curious George, Frog and the Toad, and so many others. Then I got into when I was in further into my in the grade school. I would learn about different how mechanics works, how to put together a watch, how to fix a leak in your faucet, things like that are gateways, for further learning and exploration and finding if a person, find their interests in life. It's reading is a tool that will take you all over the world and will give you a better sense of the world. And if you understand how when you're reading, like I found out that the importance of reading is getting the gist of the story and understanding what you're reading, getting the meaning of the book. You find that at the beginning of the book, what the book is all about, and that's what I've learned. As a reader, is getting like the main idea, and as you read, you kind of get a better understanding of what the book's all about and how it kind of how it it's made up, um, with characters, different plots, and the storyline. That's one thing I really enjoy is something that will hold me, my interest, in and I could just read for hours and hours. So I've been, I remember I read a book called Shogun, and it was like 400 pages, and I remember reading nonstop for 3 hours. Um, and I just got halfway, with the 3 hours because I was reading and rereading. It's not like you can just read it in one day. You have to break it up. So, and that's one thing that if it catches my eye, I read it and then I'm like, and it's a lot better than watching a movie. Um, it's one of those experiences that will keep you, hold you, and it does me. And I remember, I would read until I just fell asleep. And and then when I woke up, I found my book on the floor, and I was just, I was like, wait a minute, what happened to the book? And I was in the middle of reading, and I totally forgot where I left off. But that's what reading does. It's you get lost in a different world, and you learn so much. And I enjoy reading another a book. Well, it's the Old Farmer's Almanac, and it's has different um, ways of how to start a garden, plant a garden, and how the weather works. And so, in different articles, and it's very reasonable. It's it's very very helpful. If you're curious about the weather and how that works, about the different forecasts, it's very very great read, and I enjoy it very much, and that's kind of like my mainstay, is the Old Farmer's Almanac. There's also recipes as well, so I always thumb through this, and then it tells you the different holidays and the observations of different days throughout the year. Um, so for everyone listening, find when you're reading, always remember that it's with reading you have different experiences. Um, there is when you're in school, you're reading, like lessons, say for history, um, and then there is your recreational reading where you choose a book that you enjoy. You go to the library, what have you, or you find a book on Amazon that you enjoy reading, whatever. And then there is like reading for, for instance, if you're putting together a stove or you're putting together a bike, reading is very important. It's a survival tool that will help you navigate through life. And always read with understanding, and that's what I was taught. And kind of slow down. Take a. I have this. This is my highlighter. So if I find something in a book or I find that's important to me, I'll highlight it. So yeah, guys, that's why excuse me, when I go to different bookstores, I kind of look for the topic that I'm interested in. And I've been where in situations where I needed a particular book that was that had to pertain to how to repair things in the house. So there are so many books that you can read that are recreational and that are for everyday living. And it's good to have both because like before the internet, um, how would a person know how to fix a flat tire, or how to fix a cement, or like steps for their out for out front, things like that. So back before the internet, the book and the dip magazines were vital. Uh, they were of use, and they held their importance in everyday life, and they still do. Um, but I always like to have a book that I can hold in my hand, and because it has a different feel as opposed to, um, like on with the Amazon book. Hello, Papu Kumar. Welcome. How you doing? Thank you. I'm from the U.S., United States. All right, let me get you here and add you as a moderator. Thank you for coming, my friend. I was just talking about the enjoyment of reading. And so, yeah, thank you so much for being here. Oh, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. I appreciate you coming. How is, what part of India? I'm not, no. Thank you, Papu Kumar. Thank you so much for being here and sharing, being here on my live stream. I appreciate your support. And um, so what I'm talking about, I was talking about the importance of books, and do you enjoy reading? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. How are you doing today? Thank you, Papu. Um, and so, guys, what I was talking about is when with reading, there is just you have a huge selection of the type of books that if you're whatever you're interested in reading, um, it's the sky's the limit. There's so many bookstores out there. Well, there are not as many as that there were before the internet. Um, you know, but there are a number of bookstores to choose from, and like the Barnes and Noble, and other independent bookstores. I enjoy the independent bookstores because you can find a particular book that another like a bigger bookstore might not sell. So it's better to go with the independent. You could probably will find a book that that you would be interested in reading, or something that is very important to you. And so um, when I read, I always like to take notes within my book. Um, and so that way and then I can kind of transfer them over to like a notebook. Um, and so, but yeah, guys, the importance of reading is very, very. It's important for life, and it's fun. And that's the thing about it. It's I discovered that reading, for instance, like if a person heard about a movie that they wanted to see, like Star Wars or or another like a film, you know um, I would recommend going to see buy the book and read the book, and then go to the movie. That way you have a better understanding of what the film will be about, what it's based upon. So what I did was I would go see the movie and then read the book. And like, no, you read the book and then go see the movie. So, um, but yeah. So I had to learn that, later in life. Um, and I found the book a lot more entertaining and more educational, very useful, more informative as opposed to watching the film. Because I found that movies, based upon the book, they don't um, cover the whole, subject matter within the book. They leave stuff out. And so when I'm looking at the book, I'm looking at the movie and I'm trying to see if I can match it up with the book. It just doesn't work. There's something missing. So, yeah, guys, always, if you see books, that are going to be, people are going to give them away, or not use them, ask and see if they will, if you could take them to like for if you want to read them, or for a donation. Um, and in that way it can, continue on. Others can read the book, whatever the book might be, and then others can learn, about find their love for reading. And so I keep my books. I like the older books, the novels, and the special interest books. And so, yep, guys. And and then once I got older, I looked at my collection, and I was like, wow, I got so many books, and it's hard to choose. So, um, but that's the one thing that I'm very proud of is that I learned from is my late mother. She read to me every night, and she shared her love for reading to me, and you know, and I enjoy reading, and so, and I'll just never forget that her reading to me, at night, and different stories, from fairy tales um, to growing up on the farm. It's very important to me to have those memories, and I'll just never forget that. And so I encourage you all, if you have children, um, encourage them, to read, or if they see a book that they're kind of curious about, um, let them read it, um, and then they'll have questions, and um, and then just answer the best you can with that. With certain books, when I was younger, I wondered, well, okay, I'm reading the book, then so what's next? The one thing is, what I did learn was to kind of question, what does it really mean behind the title, and who's the author, and does the author, is it based upon a true story, or is it just, kind of like part fictional? I always have, different questions, that I write down, and it's like, I want to know what this really, really means. So I find myself, when I'm reading something, I will question it. I'll ask questions. Well, what does this actually mean? Is it, um, is it really, did it happen in real life? Dueno, thank you, my friend. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. Um, yeah, Dueno, question. What's your favorite book to read? Okay. Um, Thanks, guys, for being here and showing the support. I appreciate it. Um, okay, so that's where it really makes a difference, is to explore more about the book, or the subject matter. When you're reading, when I first read the Farmer's Almanac, I wondered myself, it has these different topics. What can I find in here that will will grab my interest? And if I enjoy cooking, So automatically, food. I find that I'm going to show you right here. Okay, um, pancakes. Um, Article on pancakes. So a person who they'll write, a article, and and I was like, and this is very interesting about we all flip for pancakes, which means people love pancakes, and it just tells you, like kind of like the history um, about pancakes and what and um, how they got started, how they became to be. I have fun facts about pancakes. Um, okay, for instance, on February 8th, 2016, in Ruford, England, James Haywood and Dave Nichols set a record by stacking 213 pancakes to a height of 3 feet and 4 inches. Pancake ice can be found in both fresh and salt water. It sometimes forms when water that is beginning to freeze is distributed by wind or waves, as each small piece of ice bumps into others. Sharp angles around its edge are worn down to form a ridge or rim, giving it the appearance of a pancake. So there's just so much that is, within an article, and that's what I enjoy about the old Farmer's Almanac. You've got just so many articles from farming today, and different how to do a like flowers, boutique. Let's see, bouquets from bloom and branches. So how to arrange flowers, how to prune flowers, and how to take care of flowers. So this is definitely a must for me when I'm out, when I'm doing my garden, planting my vegetables, and so, and then how things work. This book, I've had this since I was 10, and it speaks upon about the mysteries of 300 everyday machines and mechanisms. Like, how does a clock work? How does how do you, like when you use the garden, um, using a greenhouse, for instance? Let's look at the greenhouse. Um, the greenhouse, okay, it says glass lets light rays pass through easily, but lets heat, infrared, pass less easily. The sun's light can pass easily onto the greenhouse, but its heat cannot. However, inside the greenhouse, some of the sun's light rays are absorbed by the objects and converted into heat, which cannot get out again easily. The heat is trapped and gradually builds up. This type of warming is called the greenhouse effect. Many scientists believe it will warm the whole Earth in coming years. So things like that. when I read it, it was very interesting, and it helped me broaden my understanding of the world. And not only with like how tools work, how bikes work, the mechanisms of different types of bikes, how trucks work, jackhammers, just a slew of things that I would have never known how they operated if I never read about them. So, yes, this was my first actual book on learning about mechanisms and how they work. And it's like, okay, so I know how a dump truck works. And so because I read it, and it's fairly easy to read and understand. Um, yeah, so I want to shout out to everyone. Shua Thurpa Vlog, welcome. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Yes, thank you so much. Just talking about the love of reading, and then how reading is a hobby, and it's my hobby. Um, and I just wanted to share with you guys, about my hobby with reading. So I want to thank you once again for being here and sharing with me on my live stream with this excellent topic. I hope everyone is doing well, and wherever you are, and I hope you guys have found a great book that you enjoy reading, and I hope you all will enjoy this live stream. I hope you um, come away with learning something new. And I want to thank everyone here once again for your support. Shoba Thapa Vlogs, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your support. Dueno, thank you for being here. Papu Kumar, thank you, my friend. And everyone, thank you so much for being here and being very supportive to my live stream. And I hope you all have a great day or great evening. And I'll see you on the next slide. Take care. Bye bye.